Hey, welcome to 1500ESPN.com. I'm Derek Wetmore, and this, of course, is Andrew Kramer. We just got done watching the Vikings-Chiefs game from the comfort of the couch in Minneapolis. I think a couple of things we want to talk about today. We're going to get to the quarterbacks. We're going to flip over to the defense and ask Andrew what stuck out to him. But maybe most importantly, we'll get to last is some of those unsettled starter positions might have found a little bit more clarity this week, Andrew. So we'll get to that. Start with the quarterbacks, though. Matt Castle, 9 of 17, 152 yards and a touchdown. You broke it down by drive. What did you see out of Matt Castle today?
Well, right out the gate, the offense started rolling. I mean, it was used to what we were seeing before. They put up 20 points on 6 drives before this game. That starting offense, that is, with Matt Castle. So coming into this, you saw a 53-yard bomb to Cordero Patterson. He outran somebody, broke a tackle for the 10-yard scamper into the end zone. That was a great ball by Matt Castle. It was an even better catch and repositioning by Cordero Patterson. So right off the bat, you thought, okay, this is what the offense is going to look like. Well, after that drive, Castle went 2 for 2 for 84 yards and a touchdown on that drive. After that drive, he went just 7 for 15 for 68 yards, an interception, and then a couple sacks to go along with that. So it looked rather pedestrian, came crashing back down to earth. Part of that was drop passes on certain drives. Other parts of that were just bad decisions downfield. His interception was on deep ball, double coverage to Jerome Simpson. Tried to force that one in there. A little bit too overthrown, actually. Maybe he was thinking putting enough air on that would make it okay, but a little bit too overthrown over Simpson's head, and the defender was able to grab that one. But outside of that, it's not much reason to worry. Like you were saying earlier, Derek, with the quarterback quote-unquote battle that people want to call it. I mean, you just saw Matt Castle play into the third quarter of the third preseason game. Yeah. If you think this is an open competition, you're going to be in for a surprise come week 1 because Matt Castle will be the starting quarterback.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they've made it pretty clear with their actions, if not with their words, that Castle will be the week 1 starter. Teddy Bridgewater then came in. Some people, I think 2 of his first 3 throws went for touchdowns.
Yes.
Okay, that's some great efficiency, but he was set up in some pretty great spots in the red zone. What was your impression of Teddy?
Yeah, a few of those were just an interception return by, I believe, Sean Prater, and then another one was a great punt return by Adam Thielen that helped set him up. So he just converted, I believe, 2 passes inside the 10-yard line to Alan Reasoner for a touchdowns, and that was great and all. His first 2 completions were touchdowns. That's great. It's good. That's what you want to see. However, he's also playing against the backup Chiefs defense, playing with the backup Vikings offense. We're not seeing him get first-team reps like we saw him initially in this preseason. The Vikings have backed off that. That should be a sign to fans that this battle is already won by Matt Castle, and that's how it's going to be. But Teddy did look serviceable. He's just 4 for 7. Didn't get too many opportunities because, like Derek was saying, those scoring drives were rather short for him, so he didn't get many opportunities either. But moving forward, we know that, hey, at least he can convert when he's set up at the 10.
Yeah, that's a good sign, definitely. We've talked quite a bit on these videos and the Purple Podcast, which we're about to record another episode of, by the way, about the pressure from the front 4. The defensive front 4 is going to be one of the, obviously, keys to the Vikings defense. Now, it's not complete right now because we're watching it without Linval Joseph, who they are expecting back for week 1. But what did you see in terms of pressure from those guys up front, including Fred Evans, who filled in at the nose?
They were really blitzing a lot. They were on the attack. They were aggressive. With the Vikings defense this season, they're trying to mix and match these different fronts. You'll see everything from a 3-3 front with 3 down linemen and Brian Robinson acting as a linebacker, standing up and down. So those are the kind of things you're going to see from this defense. A lot of angle blitzes, stuff from the side. Captain Munnerlyn coming in. Sean Prater got off the side and got a blitz. They had 5 sacks tonight. Everson Griffin was just a mauler in there. He was actually abusing left tackle and former first overall pick Eric Fisher with the Chiefs, who had to cut him so many times during the game just because he really couldn't handle Everson. So that's a good sign for Vikings fans. However, the biggest thing is who do they put on the defensive end side when Everson Griffin moves into 3 technique. Everson just missed. They could have had 7, 8 sacks tonight. Everson missed on a few when he was working in that 3 technique spot. So that's something I really want to see is it going to be Scott Cricht? Is it going to be Anthony Barr? At times they just go into that 3-3 set. They even had Tom Johnson, who's an inside defensive tackle in an outside defensive end role in those 3-3 formations. So there's a lot to work through, I think. And this week in practice, we'll get to see what do they like on film and what kind of packages are they going to put together. But to your point, Derek, they put pressure on the Chiefs, which really upset Alex Smith in terms of just his accuracy. He looked pretty terrible to start this game.
Yeah, and some of that's Alex Smith, but some of it's a good showing by the Vikings first-team defense, which is, I think, personally, still incomplete. We've talked in the past about some of those jobs that are still up for grabs, namely second safety. Chris Crocker started there today. We're not sure who the third corner is going to be in nickel packages. It was Josh Robinson today. I'm not so sure that's who it's going to be to start the season, but some of those middle linebackers, another one too, that I think personally is still undecided. The Vikings have said as much. What did you see from some of those battles? Are they more solidified now, or is it still just feeling it out through week 4?
I think they're a little more solidified. I think we saw Robert Bland for the first time tonight. We didn't get to see too much out of the safety position. Andrew Sendejo dropped an interception, but what I saw more solidified was from the cornerback position. As you said, Josh Robinson played that first string snaps in the nickel. However, we didn't see him much after that. So I think that third spot's narrowed down to Josh Robinson, Derek Cox, or Marcus Sherrills. One of those three. Sean Prater made a few plays today as well, so he got some run. Maybe he's still on that mix, but it's still a 3-horse race there. At middle linebacker, however, Jasper Brinkley and Audi Cole still swap series. Jasper Brinkley was in there in the fourth quarter with the third-string defense, so that's definitely a spot where they haven't figured out who's going to be running that. In the starting defense, Chad Greenway is mic'd up and can relay it. And as you noticed during the game, Audi Cole's the one with the mic in the second string defense. So when Chad Greenway left, Audi was really manning the middle there for a while. And I think that might be a plus to what Audi Cole can do if he can actually have that extra communication bonus. But point being in that we still didn't see somebody step up and make a statement, I guess I should say, in terms of winning one of these 3 jobs that are open in strong safety, the third cornerback, and then the middle linebacker. Audi Cole made some plays, but he also got beat on a few pass coverage stuff where he got outrun by running backs and stuff like that. So it was a mixed bag, I think, tonight.
I would say very much so. A work in progress for the Vikings defense, and that is going to be probably the most critical element if this team hopes to turn around from their season last year.
It is noteworthy, too, that they did allow just 3 points from this offensive unit from the Chiefs up until the last-second touchdown or last-minute touchdown from the Chiefs. So they're holding up overall as a defense, but those main spots, they still got to peg down starters.
I'm looking more at the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season where they're going to see not Alex Smith.
Exactly.
So that'll be interesting to follow, certainly. Keep checking back to 1500ESPN.com for all your Vikings coverage. Andrew Kramer obviously does great work. We're about to go record a Purple podcast, so if you prefer your Vikings in podcast form, check the show page for that. There's a Purple Podcasts tab. Alternatively, you can just click on audio, and then it'll be one of the top posts up there, so you can check that out. Thanks for stopping at 1500ESPN.com. For Andrew Kramer, I'm Derek Wetmore. See you next time.